place, but we should go okay. And welcome to March. I can't believe it's March already, and weather's not too bad today, which is quite good. Pretty warm, a little bit cloudy, typical sort of stuff in Saigon. And once you come online, let me know where you're watching from, and if you're watching this after the live event, make sure you let me know where you're watching from. And also, if you've got any questions about living in Vietnam and my life in Vietnam, make sure you drop those questions in the comments section. You can do that and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I usually check them pretty quickly. Let me just give you a look at my view. So that there, this is obviously sort of a very busy street. It's the border of District 7 actually in Saigon, and you might be able to see a boat going by now. That's the canal that separates District 7 and District 4. District 4 is just over there, so that building there is District 4, and beyond that is District 1, just to give you a little bit of an idea. So we're about probably 2 to 3 kilometres from the city centre, from District 1. So yeah, welcome to March. Can't believe it's March already. And this is, I think, I don't know, it's probably about my 6th or 7th live video for the year. I had a bit of a plan to make 2025 the year for my channel to try and grow a little bit. I wanted to, as I regularly say, let it breathe a little bit. Hey Daz, how you going? Thanks for joining. Daz as in Darren, right? Are you the Darren I saw online last week? I think you are. Hey Adam, Xin Chao Bang. Yep, Xin Chao Bang. Okay, Daz, cool. Glad you could join me this morning. Hopefully it's not too loud and hopefully I'm not yelling too much, but it's a little bit difficult for me to sort of get my faculties right because of what's happening. Hey Rabbit Dog, thanks for joining again, and thanks for all your input last week. Okay, Daz, cool. I'm glad you can hear me okay. There's every now and then there's a little lull in the traffic right now. And so I'm in District 7, I'm not too far from where I live, and I just pointed out before, hey Adam, how are you? Thanks for joining. I'm in District 7 and I'm on the border of District 7 and District 4. There's a canal that separates District 7 and District 4, so hence that's why there's a lot of traffic noise. There's a street in front of me, so that's it there, and just there's a canal, and that's the canal that separates District 7 and District 4, and that building, that tube house that you can see there, that's actually District 4, and so we're about 3 kilometres or so as the crow flies. You might even be able to see I need a pointer. Behind that tube house is the Petexco building, Petexco Tower. So we're not that far from District 1. And I'm not sure if you can see out this direction. I'll turn the camera a little bit. There's what do you call it? Landmark 81 is just over there. So we're not too far from all those places. Now, hey Sabrina is breast. Sorry, I didn't mean breast. A little bit of a Freudian slip there, especially after my latest video. No, not having lunch yet. It's a little bit early. We just had breakfast and we had a pho thai, and it was very good in the local area. And Weirdo, hi Weirdo. There's a weirdo in the chat. G'day, the Weirdo. G'day, the Weirdo. Thanks for joining me. Good to know that I'm not the only weirdo in this chat. Adam, I'm pretty good, and you? Cool, that's good. Oh, here we go. Junvi review. Hello, Ju. Yes, for anyone who's familiar with Vietnamese language, which I am a little bit, Ju means uncle. So these days, I often get Ju rather than An, because I am getting a little bit older, as we all are. Adam, I miss Vietnam. Yeah, try and get back here as soon as you can. And yeah, it's here waiting for you. Dark Brother. Okay, Dark Brother, do you live near there? Why did you choose to live there? Yeah, I live in District 7, so I don't live too far from here really. I just jumped on the motorbike today. That's my motorbike just there, parked across the street. And Dark Brother, why did you choose to live there? Long story. I've covered that in previous live streams, but just briefly, I came over here 15 years ago. I got a job. I was living in Australia. I'm from Australia. And I got a job teaching here, actually, with a university here. And they recruited me to come here and teach at the university. And I spent 5 years teaching there. I was teaching English initially, and then I moved into student support, academic support. I spent about 5 years at the university, and then I turned a certain age. I turned 40, and I decided that there was something a little bit, there must have been something better for me out there to do for my career and my life. So yeah, I've been here ever since. What is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to read the handles here. I2767 Motivate, Jow. Yeah, it's in Jow. Dark Brother, I've been gone only 2 weeks, back home and so much missing Vietnam. Okay, well, get saving and come back. Let me know where you went. Let me know where you went, and also let me know what the highlight of your trip was. I'm just going to go through a few more greetings this morning. Adam Le, Ju Go Ju. Yes, I have a wife. Yes, and she's not Vietnamese. So Adam is asking me if I've got a wife, and yes, I have a wife. She's from the Philippines, and she's often by my side. She's actually off camera, just here. Oh, here we go. There she is there. Just having a cafe soda. Oh, quite good. I'll tell you a little bit about this place in a moment once I've gone through the Cheerios, or the good mornings, the greetings. The Chanti Dung. Con chào chú đẹp trai. Oh, okay, thank you very much. I don't get that very often these days. I don't. She's telling me that she's saying hello and hello to me, and that I'm handsome, which is very nice. You can watch again, V. Thank you very much. Come in, M. Right, I'm assuming you're M. Dark Brother. D7 isn't that kind of Korean town. Isn't that kind of a Korean town in Saigon? Seems clean and nice, but kind of boring for my taste. Really good point. Phu My Hung is generally considered the Korean town, and it only makes up quite a small area of District 7. I'm in the older, at the moment here, I'm in sort of the older part of District 7, which is very local. And District 7's a very big district, actually. And it sort of gets wrongly tagged as the Korean town, because there are a lot of Korean restaurants there. Post-pandemic, a lot of Koreans either moved or went home. Obviously their businesses and factories shut down, or whatever they do. And actually there's been a noticeable decline in the population of Koreans in District 7. So, Dark Brother, the area you're talking about is Yes, it's very clean. There are a lot of villas there. Sort of the one percenters live there. I don't live in there. I do live in Fumihung, but today where I am, I'm about a 5 or maximum 10-minute ride away from the Fumihung area. So very local. And actually, I'm gonna hopefully at some point when I get organised, I'll do some videos of the area so people can get a bit of a better understanding of what District 7 is really like, as opposed to just high-end living and Korean restaurants and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks Dark Brother. Hey Mel. Wendy Zoha, hi, thank you for joining. Adam, thumbs up, cheers. Derek Hung, how did you meet your Filipino wife? Okay, we're getting straight into the serious questions today. We actually met here. We met here and we used to work together. So initially we were just friends. She's listening in intently as well at the moment, and she's online. I should. But yeah, we worked together initially. That's how we met. We worked at the same university. Became friends. I think we were friends for about a year or so before she fell for my depth-chayness, and yeah, the rest is history. And we actually got married about 3 years. Hang on, I can't remember. It's about 3 years. It'll be 3 years ago this year. We actually decided to get married after living together for about 10 years, and we got married here in Vietnam. We got married in Phu My Hung, and it wasn't as big as a process as you would expect. Two foreigners getting married in Vietnam. Very easy actually, and didn't take that much time, and our marriage is recognised as well. So that was important, obviously, that it wasn't a marriage like in Las Vegas, even though Saigon can be a little bit like Disneyland sometimes, can't it? So I hope that answers your question, Derek. Dark Brother, I spent most of my months in Saigon but visited Can Tho and did a visa run to Phnom Penh for 3 weeks. Saigon is the best though. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Saigon's the best city. It's the best city in Vietnam. I think, it's unbiased, of course, because I've spent most of my time here, but it depends what you're into. If you're into more of perhaps a traditional way of life, and also you're not into humid weather like you get in Saigon, Hanoi might be a better place for people to live. But in terms of how dynamic this place is and things to do, and as a great base to travel from, I think Saigon is the place. And the Mekong, of course, is awesome. I went to Phnom Penh almost 18 months ago, nearly 2 years ago coming up. And I'd been there before as a backpacker 25 years ago, I think, actually. And there's obviously been a lot of changes in Cambodia. And we actually went to an island called Koh Rong. Koh Rong? I think that's how you pronounce it. Beautiful, absolutely stunning island, so I recommend that. It's just off Sihanoukville, and you can see Sihanoukville from the island. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me just take a drink. The coffee here is really good. I'll give you a little bit of a walk around in a moment once I get sort of settled in. Hopefully the audio's not too bad for you. I've got a stereo playing in the background and all this traffic going by, although there's a lull right now. So please bear with me with the audio. I'll try to find a quieter spot next Sunday. Adam, how come you love Vietnam and you got married to a Filipino girl, Jewel?
She also loves Vietnam.
Oh, okay. Well, she just answered that. So, firstly, how come I love Vietnam? That's a really good question. It should be easy to answer, shouldn't it? I always say the people make a place, and it's living in Saigon has really proven to me that you can live just about anywhere if the people are lovely and look after you and stuff like that. So I can't really say anything negative about the Vietnamese people at all. They've been very kind to me over the 15 years that I've been living here, and very hospitable as well, I've got to say. I know that I did a video about my friends not inviting me to Tet, but other times of year they're very hospitable and very generous and always willing to help out, so I would say that would be the main reason. And obviously the culture and food. I've become a foodie over the years. I wasn't much of a foodie in Australia before I came to Vietnam, and that's the effect that Vietnam has on people. There's obviously, Adam, I'm presuming that you're of Vietnamese heritage, so you'd be well aware that there are food places everywhere, up and down the street, and you can't avoid it. And also, why did I marry a Filipino girl? Well, I love her, of course. That's the obvious answer, isn't it? Oh, cheers. She cheerses that. But I guess I married her because of all the reasons that people get married. I mean, we met each other, we fell in love, and she loves Vietnam as well. She's been here longer than me, so she understands the culture very well, and it's quite, especially these days, it's quite easy for us to negotiate the culture and the everyday sorts of things that happen here. And we live a pretty sorry about the noise. We live a pretty comfortable lifestyle, so that's good too. And of course Manila, she's from Manila. Manila's only 2 hours by aeroplane away, so it's convenient for her when she wants to go and see her family. Hi Yung K, hello, I'm here. I'm behind you, sir. Have a good morning with your coffee, Matt. Yung K. Hello.
Oh, he stepped up.
Yeah, there he is there. He's in the chat. At this really cool place that we're at. I'll show you in a moment. Adam, cheers. Melanie, Yung K, love your cafe, Saigon Soul. Yeah. Thanks, Adam. Dark Brother, what's your monthly budget? I found that I have a hard time spending $2,000 a month in Saigon as a single man. My rent was only $400 a month, including electricity and water. Yeah. Yep. So I don't know, obviously, what it would be if I was by myself. I would live in probably a much smaller place. We live in an apartment that's 84 square meters. It has 2 bedrooms. Our bedroom is quite sizable. I don't really know the square meterage. And the second bedroom is quite good for a guest. And they have basically an ensuite, so a bathroom, a shower and whatever, which we usually use. We will use that. And there's another small, it's literally like a water closet. You know how they often call toilets here like a WC, the old school word for bathroom or toilet, and it's quite small. It's one of those it is literally a closet with a small sink, a toilet, and then one of those sort of showers, a little box up on the wall with a hose and a shower head. And a fairly sizable living room and a little outdoor area for our laundry, which is actually pretty rare in our apartment block. And we pay $600 a month for that. And like you said, the electricity and water, utilities, management fee, Wi-Fi and stuff like that is really, really reasonable. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think in one of my videos I list a number of the things that a number of the living expenses. I itemised some of them. So if I think of it after this live, I might put a link to the video and just let you know where in the video that sort of stuff is. But yeah, you wouldn't spend. These days I don't go out and drink as well. If I drink, it'll be over dinner at a restaurant or something, or maybe for a catch up. Oh, definitely when I catch up, I'll catch up with a mate that I haven't seen for quite a while, and I'll have a few drinks then. I don't really go out too much at all now, and I've sort of committed to doing Sunday morning live sessions as well. Damn it! So I want to be kind of fresh for that. But yeah, 2,000. Oh, you're living large, even in Saigon at $2,000 a month. Derek, thank you. I guess it all comes to fate. Yes, I guess so. I guess, and a lot of hard work on both sides. Rabbit Dog, Hanoi air quality is bad. Yeah, I heard that it's really bad, and I saw in the media just this week, was it, or last week, that it's become the most polluted city in the world, which is a shame. I don't know what they're going to do about it. I'm a little bit worried about that. And Saigon hasn't been that much better, to be honest. And even this year already, so we're into March, and it kind of feels like we're already moving into sort of April and May, such is the cloudy, humid weather. Oh, Adam, cheers for that. Thank you very much. I'll put it towards the coffee. I really appreciate that. You're awesome. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate that, Adam. Cheers.
Is that your first super chat?
It's a super chat, I think.
It's your first one?
Adam, all right, yeah, cheers, Adam. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Make sure you ask whatever questions you want to ask, within reason, of course. Barry Graham, are you still live? Yes, I'm live right now. I hope my internet connection is going okay. It seems to be going okay from my end, so just check at your end if it feels like it's chopping up. A pack a day. I love your name. A pack a day. Okay. Hi, coming to Vietnam for the third time this June. What's your recommendation for a beach city besides Nha Trang? Been there a couple of times. Okay. Beach city. Well, Nha Trang's a beautiful city and it's a nice beach. Well, there's a few. To be honest, I haven't been to the beach in ages. I haven't been for a long, long time. Hopefully, you get there soon. The up and coming beach destination in Saigon in Vietnam is Quy Nhon, which is up around Nha Trang. You would have heard of it. I think it's in between Nha Trang and Hoi An, and rave reviews. I haven't actually been there yet. I can't believe it. And everyone keeps telling me to go before it gets too popular, because a lot of hotels and resorts are starting to build up there. So I hear great things about that.
You like Vũng Tàu?
Yeah, Mel, my wife, she just said Vũng Tàu. Look, to be honest, I love the town. I love the town of Vũng Tau's 2 hours from Saigon. But you wouldn't be going there really for a beach holiday. You wouldn't be going across the other side of the planet to go to Vũng Tàu for the beach, I'm afraid. It is a lovely town. That's a great town for food. Other beach areas that you might want to try are sort of around Ho Cham. So it's HOTRAM, around that stretch there. Other places that are really nice are Phan Rang, which is not too far from Nha Trang. But I'm not too sure about the beaches there at the moment. But that stretch south of Nha Trang, which you're familiar with, so Cam Ranh, Phan Rang, down to Mune, is a very nice stretch of water. So you might want to check that out. And of course, Quy Nhon, which is north of Nha Trang, sort of in between Nha Trang and Hoi An. So what you might be able to do is fly into Da Nang, go to Hoi An if you're interested in going to Hoi An, and then down to Quy Nhon. I hope that helps a little bit. Frankie, what district has the best street foods and markets? Oh, that's one of the toughest questions you could ever ask. So we're talking in district. We're talking in Saigon, of course. Oh, my favourite street. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Perhaps I could go by district because certain streets are sort of better than others. So the first one, easy one, District 7. In District 7, Street 79, which is not too far from here. But if you're staying in District 1, you probably wouldn't go out there for it. I have a whole list. Somewhere. District 4, you might want to walk around District 4, which is... Sorry, Frankie, I'm going roundabout with this answer. District 4 is just here, actually. District 4 is the smallest district, I believe, in Saigon, and it's just over the canal from District 1. So that might be a really good start for you if you're not that familiar with Saigon. You might be staying in District 1 and then you can either walk across to District 4 depending on the time of the day, or get a motorbike or a taxi across. And District 4 is famous for a number of things, but most notably snails. If you're into snails. I know that sounds really weird, but snails are a must to have in Saigon, and they're literally everywhere, but District 4 is famous for that. If you're into sort of obviously more Chinese style food, there's another street that I really love, and it's in District 10, and it's called Ha Ton Nguyen. And if you speak a little bit of Vietnamese, Frankie, I'm not sure if you've got Vietnamese heritage, but sui cao is the type of thing. They're like dumplings, and they go in a noodle soup. You can have them dry or with soup. And Ha Ton Nguyen is a really, really good street for that. I do have a list somewhere. So after this live, that's another one. I'll take note of that as well. I'll put a link to the street food, the streets and the food that I like in Saigon for you, so you can just click on that. I'm not sure if I did a video on it or I did a blog post on it or whatever. You also asked about markets as well. One of my favourite markets is Bunga, which is in District 3. I'll also put a link to some markets as well. And it's a cool little market that you can walk around. Generally speaking, I stay clear of Bentan Market. But having said that, okay, it's very touristy. I think if you're a first-time tourist, check it out, because there's a lot of stuff there. And it's just a beautiful building, the old Bentan French colonial era market. If you're into architecture and history and stuff like that, yeah, definitely. Mel's just shown me that I have a blog post from my website from a few years back that lists the places. So
You can read it if you want.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I might. I don't know. I'll put it in the description, or I might come back to that, Frankie. Once again, Adam, thank you very much for the chat. Thank you. Daz, place is empty, off to Thailand on Friday for 10 days, then Ho Chi Minh City on the 17th of March. Okay, cool. Which place is empty? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Kanta, maybe. Are you in Kanta? Off to Thailand on Friday for 10 days. You're lucky bugger. Wouldn't mind getting off to Thailand right now. And then Ho Chi Minh on the 17th. St. Paddy's Day, I think. Yeah, take it easy on the booze, Daz. Especially in Thailand, and then especially for St. Paddy's Day. Thank you, Adam. Yes, nice meeting you, and you have a great day as well. Cheers. A pack a day. Awesome, thanks. No worries at all. Dark Brother. D5 is the best for street food and local markets, but not for tourists who are not familiar with local customs. Yeah, I love District 5. District 5, District 10, District 6. I've got the benefit of a motorcycle, so, you know, I can get away a little bit from District 5 and get in amongst District 6 a little bit, where there's a few little alleyways and stuff like that, and plenty of places to eat. I've also been getting into District 8, which in a sense is an extension of, you know, Chinatown. You just go across Gol Jabba Bridge into District 8, and there's a lot of great food in around there, and still very, if I can say, sort of Chinese. So a lot of people with Chinese heritage live there from the old days. So District 8, yeah, really recommend it. Okay, so I might give you a little bit of a walk around, or just show you briefly the location that I'm in at the moment. If I drop out Wi-Fi, if the internet drops out, bear with me. It should come back on. But the coffee's pretty good. Usual price, I think, whatever it is, 20,000 or something. I think it tastes good because of all the condensed milk. Alright, let's walk you around a little bit. I won't walk too far because my camera's not that great in the dark, and they're playing a lot of music in here. There's some young kids running this place, and they're playing their music. Just a second. Alright. Okay, so I don't want to go out too far because I might lose the internet connection, but this is the front, and they're open all day, these guys, and I've had a beer here in the afternoon. I went for a walk here recently and had a beer here. It's not a bad little spot around about 5 o'clock. And here's the place here. It's called Saigon Seoul. And it's a really cool little place, and I've only just discovered it. Sorry, there's a little bit of light there. And it looks to be in an old modernist building. I didn't think that there were any modernist buildings left. Hey, Mel. I didn't think there were any sort of modernist buildings around here, but you know, it's got all this sort of stuff here. All right, I'll venture in, but yeah, Saigon Seoul, I think the theme is that it's supposed to be from, you know, the pre-1975, but the kids here are playing hip-hop. There it is there. Just, I want to... These guys are hanging out on the couch, but classic tiles on the floor there. So it's really cool. Not exactly my taste in music, but it would be really cool if they stuck with the theme of the place, given that it's Saigon Soul, and they played sort of retro music from that era, you know, like Bung Dum and people like that, which I've discovered over the last couple of years, you know. I can't remember the other names of the artists that were pre-75. Some of you in the chat, some of the people with Vietnamese heritage might be able to remind me of the famous groups of the era. But they've got an upstairs as well. They've got 2 floors upstairs. Let me try and get a bit more of a shot of it for you. Yeah, it goes up there. Sorry, I'm shining it into the light, so into the sun. So anyway, I'll leave a location in the comments so you can check it out if you're in Saigon. I don't know what it's like at night time. I'm getting the vibe that I might be a little bit too old for it, but it's definitely a nice spot around about knock-off time, around about 5 o'clock. It's always good, isn't it, when you're the one having a beer and everyone else is stuck in traffic. Doesn't matter where you are. So it might be a good time to mention that I put a new video out yesterday, and it'll suit the guys who are thinking about coming to Vietnam. So check that out if you can, that'd be really good. I spent a fair bit of time on it. I've been trying to do 1 edited video a week, and yeah, I don't know about the guys who can do 2 of those videos a week or 1 every day. I don't know how they do it, but one is kind of enough for me at the moment. Daz, have sold my belongings here in Australia. Wow. Ready for the next chapter of my life in Vietnam. Hope to catch up for a beer sometime. Yeah, I'm around. What are we? March. I'm around, as far as I know, all March. Once you get to Saigon, hit me up after the 17th, right? You might need a few days to settle in or whatever, but let me know. I'm around, and we can go and have a beer. But yeah, if you're watching this live or you're watching this after the fact, please drop any questions you have or any topic ideas that you'd like me to explore in my videos, and I'll check them out and give them a go if I think they'll work. I'm fairly okay with doing sort of broad topics about Vietnam, so yeah, let me know, and I'll try and I'll see what I can do. It's always a bit of a struggle coming up with ideas all the time, but I've got a few ideas in the pipeline, a few videos in the pipeline to do. So, and hopefully you find those interesting. A pack a day. Have you tried the new subway system? Yes. I probably wouldn't call it a system just yet. They have the plans up for the system, which I don't know what year they reckon they'll have it done, but...
And there's only 2 subs.
Yeah, there's only... What do you mean by...
2 stations underground.
Yeah, there's only 2, isn't it? There's 2 stations underground, and then it comes out. It's excellent. We took it for a ride It's a little bit loud. I hope you can hear me. These guys are cranking the music up. I don't know if they've been to bed, these guys behind me. The subway system's awesome. Was really impressed. The only issue with it at the time that we used it, which was about 3 weeks ago, was that the ticket machines weren't working. And they've also got a facility, you know, how you can sort of tap and go with your credit card. That wasn't working for our credit card. But in terms of the train itself and the stations, I mean, the Benton Market station, which is under the roundabout there, out the front of the market, is amazing. It's beautiful. Yeah, really good and great. If you're someone who's living in District 1 and want to go to District 2 or District 2 and District 1 back, you know, you might want a night out or something like that. Great option, and it's cheap. It's really cheap as well. So, yep, really impressive. It's just a shame it took so long to come together, you know. And it's a shame there's not one out to District 7. I believe the plan is for one to come through District 4 and then along the bridge here, Winhuta Street, and out to District 7, which would be great. Or Nyabe, it's going to go further. But I've got a feeling I might be long gone by then, probably dead and buried by then, by the time it gets to that point. But yeah, it's excellent. I recommend it just for a quick look. Yeah, the music stopped. I can hear myself think. I'll just give you a shot of the street, just so I can have a bit of a breather. My voice is getting a bit raspy. There goes lunch. And there goes a lotto seller. You see a lot of the lotto sellers around. Those ladies, I don't know how many kilometres they do. It'd be interesting to put a tracking device on them to see how many kilometres they actually do in a day. Yeah, so if you've got any questions about my life here in Vietnam, or anyone's life really in Vietnam, and what your life might be like, let me know. Drop them in the comments, and if you're watching after this live event, yeah, put them in there, and I usually get back pretty quickly. Music here. Not quite time for a good cold beer, not yet. Rabbit dog. I support 2 lottery ticket ladies if I see them. I've won twice. Oh, okay. I've never tried to claim. Did you claim through do you have his wife? Is it possible for foreigners to claim their lottery winnings? I've never bothered, you know. I've bought tickets. I don't know how many. I think I've supported half the city in lottery tickets over the years. Venom Saber, I don't see why not. Not sure. What are you referring to, Venom Saber?
Tickets.
Oh, the tickets. In terms of claiming the tickets, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm just not sure whether foreigners can, but you know, because actually, Rabbit Dog is the first person I've come across who's actually made a claim. Usually, the tickets stay in the bottom of my bag or under the seat of the motorbike or whatever, or I give them away. I wonder how much money I've given away over the years. Rabbit Dog, small price can get from ticket stall. Oh, okay. So you just go to the little kiosk things, do you? They're often on a corner or something like that. I noticed the other day there was the one in near my house was very busy. Okay, cool. The one in near my house was very busy, and those places tend to be very busy after debt, after people have got their little bit of tent money. They're willing to throw a little bit down on the lottery tickets. Oh, nearly finished. Oh, oops! We've got an accident here. Here, let me. Oops.
Go help.
It's okay. They've got it. Alright, we just had a little bit of an accident out here. The boys were quick.
She's okay.
Yeah, they were quick. She's okay. I don't know what happened. I think she just.
What
flipped.
happened, huh?
She just went over.
Yeah.
Okay, she's all right. I think the lady. There's a little alleyway just here to the side of the building, and I think she came around the corner, and I don't know, something clipped, something on her bike. I don't know if it was a stand or what. Clipped the gutter, and over she went. Rabbit dog. Over a certain size, you have to apply, and it gets complicated. So a vet friend is essential. Yeah. Okay. I figured as much that it would be a little bit complicated. But it would be good to win something, wouldn't it? Also, I guess it's a little bit of fun because, you know, other forms of gambling are illegal. It's not like you can go to the racetrack. I remember years ago, now that I mentioned the racetrack, I don't know, Rabbit Dog, if you went to the racetrack in District 10, Futao racetrack all those years ago, and I went to the races, spent the day in the, what you might call the super box. Yeah, it smelt of mould and stale beer and better days. Oh yeah, the casino, yeah. Yeah, I remember years ago I went to the racetrack in District 10 and yeah, it was a very, very interesting experience. They don't have the races there anymore. I think they thought better of it. I think it, you know, they came down a bit harder on gambling, and also the horses. They were pretty poor excuses for horses, really. They were more like underfed ponies. Yeah, I think they've cancelled the dogs. There is a dog track in Vung as well, but I think the dogs have been cancelled there. I'm not too sure. But at the old racetrack, they play cricket there now. The Saigon Cricket League is played there. Rabbit Dog, I buy totally to support the poor ladies that have to... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I buy totally to support the poor ladies that have to try to sell 150, 200 to live. Yeah, same here. Same here. And anyone who clearly can't work for a living as well. There are people who get around, or they might be sort of incapacitated and sitting out the front of their house or something like that. I feel a bit of not necessarily an obligation, but just a want to help them out with a ticket sale. Do the police target foreigners on motorcycles? Good question. They don't target me, which is good. Touch wood, so far so good. I'll just show you the bike that I've got. It's over there. It's the one on the end there. Sorry, hang on. Where's my finger? Oh yeah, there we go. I've got a pen. That's my... Sorry, this is pathetic, isn't it? That's my bike on the end there. It's a XR 150. So you would expect that I stand out, which I do. I do stand out, but over the years I've improved my riding. I remember when I first got my license and rode around, I was getting pulled over a lot. obviously because I couldn't read the signs. I mean, that doesn't really say much. I mean, the signs are often not placed very well, or they aren't there anyway. But in the early days, I was clearly breaking the law all the time, unintentionally, and getting pulled over quite a bit. But I haven't been pulled over for a long time because I try to keep my motorbike roadworthy. I buy the little insurance, the little Rego insurance card every year. I don't know if that helps. I've got a license. I wear a good helmet, and I generally don't take risks. So I haven't really heard a hell of a lot about whether or not foreigners whether or not foreigners have been targeted or not. I think if you... Look, I don't really want to give advice on it, but if you're legal and you've got a roadworthy bike and you're not carrying on like an idiot and you're just following the rules, you'd be unlucky. It might be when you go out on road trips. Like, I hear that anyone doing the Hayang Loop or Hazang Loop up north, there's a trap there where the police pull you over. And traditionally there's one, I don't know if it's still there, but there's one out when you go to the sand dunes in Lunay. There was always the warning about the police waiting there. My foot's stuck. Rabbit dog. They get paid okay, it's not much, is it, for a lotto ticket? 1,100 a ticket, yeah. It's not a hell of a lot, but if you can sell a few, it might add up. Bilal Haidar. Sorry, the names are really small for me to read, but hi, how you going? Thanks for joining. Thanks a lot for joining. I usually do the live stream every Sunday morning around about this time. Today I started at 10:30, I think it was. So I always try to start around this time, although someone commented on my most recent video from Scotland and he said that he wanted to join the live stream, but I think it's about 2 a.m. in the morning or 3 a.m. in the morning here there at the moment. So I might explore different times. So if there are people in the chat or people watching this later on, if there's enough sort of groundswell for a change in time or day, let me know. But Sunday sort of suits me at the moment. Sunday morning as well. It's a good way to start Sunday. Rabbit dog. And when you win, I gave the lady 20% as I won 500k because I buy 5 tickets at a time of the same number. Okay, that's not a bad strategy. All right, thanks for the tip. But that's good of you to give her 20%. That's nice. That must feel good. Really good way to give back. Rabbit dog, I would love to give 20% of $1 billion to a lady. Yeah, nice. That'd make a day. I mean, you could do that anyway. Even if you didn't win the ticket. No. Bilal, looking nice with glasses. Yeah, you should see me without them. That's why I've got them on. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I got these in Australia a couple of years ago. They're quite good. The only thing is I'm half blind. They're not prescription glasses, so things are a little bit blurry. CT! He wears a good helmet and doesn't take risks. Good advice, Chief. How are you, Chris? Thanks for joining. Yeah, actually, I have a really nice helmet. I've got this. This is my helmet. So, really recommend this brand, whatever it is. L52. I think it's a European brand. Italian brand or something like that. So if you're looking for helmets and stuff like that,
Big size.
and this is big. I have a, in case you haven't noticed, I have a big head. I don't like the full face because most of the time I'm riding around town. But it's got sunglasses as well, which is really good because I can wear my glasses, my reading, my singing glasses, and then when I'm riding along I can just drop that down. I hope you can see that. And it's really good, really sturdy. I've had this nearly a couple of years now. It's just a really good helmet. And if you're interested, I'll let you know. Just leave a message in the question or whatever in the comments to remind me, and I'll give you the address of where I got it. I can never think of the name. I think it's called Saigon Full Face. That's the name of it. Saigon Full Face. And it's in District 3, I think, on Wyndham Jewel Street or something like that. And they have an excellent range of helmets. And obviously they fit big Western heads like mine. How's Nha Trang, Chris, CT? Let us know how Nha Trang is. Actually, someone was... Oh no, you're in Da Nang at the moment. Sorry. Someone was asking about Nha Trang before, but you're in Da Nang. Venom Saber. Yeah, some signs are confusing on purpose to get people to pay. Yeah. Totally. Totally, dude. You're all over it. Yep. Yep. That's that sort of grey area coming into play that we see so much of in Vietnam. Thanks, CT. Smash a like for the chief. Yeah. Thanks, man. Office. This stream is so cool that I came all the way.
That's what I said.
I thought you deleted it. I was just
I did.
I've still got it. I was just about to...
Keep the comments. Yeah, we're PG here.
Yeah. Thanks, Mel, for keep... I don't know if everyone can see that one. CT looking Top Gun chic this morning, Chief. Yeah, I hope so. I hope I look okay today. Pretty good. Had a good night's sleep. Didn't go out. Haven't been going out, as I've been saying to you. And as I've mentioned on the stream today, haven't been going out much. So that's good for the health. Trying to eat healthy. Although I am going to go Thursday night. I think I'm going to go out for a couple of drinks, but it won't be too many. Let me know. Da Nang, CT, how is it? How were the restaurants? Pascal, what is your opinion on Golvap and Bintan as a district for living? No idea about for living, to be honest, because I've only ever lived in District 5 and District 7. What I can tell you about Golvap and Bintan's near the airport, right? There is a sea of humanity out there. It is probably the most densely populated districts in Saigon, which is probably good and bad. I mean, if you were living there, there's a good chance you'd be living on top of a lot of people, and it'd be very noisy. Might be a lot of issues with sleeping. There might be a lot of karaoke in the evenings. A lot of places where people are going out and eating and drinking. On the upside, there are a lot of places to eat and drink. You're not too far from the airport. Very interesting areas. But as you may or may not know, Saigon is extremely noisy. And there are a lot of people that live here. I don't know how many live here. 10 million, more than 10 million people live in Saigon. So, yeah, so you're going to be, doesn't matter where you live, you're going to be living on top of a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people going back and forth on the streets. As you can see here, this is a Sunday morning. So this is This is pretty normal. So yeah, in terms of living in Tan Binh and Bintan. You said Bintan. Bintan. Bintan is just between sort of District 1 and District 2, right? I hear it's a very trendy and up-and-coming area, and there are some great little cafes there as well, very local. So my gut feeling would be Bintan would be worth looking into, and you may have heard of Pham Vich Chan Street, which has a lot of small bars and restaurants, and to a certain extent a lot of Japanese restaurants and cafes and stuff like that. So, you know, that might be an option for you if you're young and you're into going out, dining and drinking and stuff like that. So
Vintage clothing.
yeah, I got a friend who's opening a vintage clothing shop in Bintan soon. So I might give him a plug once he's open. CT, office must be a Gen Z or millennial. Great to see a younger demographic.
The younger demographic, they like the retro stuff.
Yeah. Derek, I find Vietnamese people in Vietnam more friendly and easier to make friends with than Vietnamese people in my home country of Australia. Oh, interesting. I actually have a very good relationship with the Vietnamese Australians who live here.
And those
maybe
that pretend they still live here.
Hey?
And those that pretend they still live
Oh
here.
yeah. I'm assuming you're of Vietnamese heritage, Derek, so it's probably going to be a little bit different for you, but I can only really speak from my experience, and the Vietnamese Aussies that I meet are, you know, I mean, you know what generally speaking, Australian culture's like. Aussie, it doesn't matter where you come from or whatever heritage you are, you're Aussie at the end of the day, or I like to think that anyway. And then if you talk to me in the Aussie accent, I just see you as Aussie. So the Vietnamese Aussies that live in Saigon are really cool. So, but yeah, I can't really speak for what it's like back home, but Vietnamese people are extremely friendly, and if you can pull out a few Vietnamese words or phrases every now and then, they really appreciate it. Office is going sick on you. You're going to have to...
Okay. Keep the comments.
I think you can...
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. I'm getting a laugh, but... Emil! Oh, hey Emil, how are you? I don't know who you're referring to there, Emil. Probably the commenter above, I would say. What time is it in Canada? Are you in Canada or sort of over on the east coast of the States? I can't remember.
You have to block him.
Ah,
He's only blocked on my feed.
how do I do that?
Enjoy the view first while you figure it out. And block. And also block.
I just need to take a drink. Just a sec. Alright. Okay. Okay, Derek. No, I am not Vietnamese. Okay, so you're Aussie, but you're not of Vietnamese heritage. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I am Hong Kong heritage, but also from a small regional town where foreigners go there on working holiday. Which regional town are you from? Because I'm from a regional town as well, in Victoria. Okay, Derek, come nói tiếng Việt một chút. Okay, cool. Me too. We are the same. Yeah, we're the same. I'm trying. Derek says that he speaks a little bit of Vietnamese, so me too. I try my best. Emil, I learned. I thought this was going to be another joke. I learned to hold my liquor, drinking rice moonshine with the locals from breakfast at 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. late night snacks. Well, you're better than me. I usually refuse the rice wine liquor whenever I get offered that in Vietnam, usually, because it only ever ends badly. When I was younger, Emil, hi Matt, great, thanks. I hope you're doing fine. Yes, I did mean the commenter above. Yeah, please don't block me, Dad. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, his office is commenting, and I'm trying to remove his ordinary comments, but I'm trying to do multiple things here at once. His jokes aren't even really funny anyway, but maybe it'll backfire on him. It's 12:35 a.m. in Canada, right, Emil? Hey Thomas, how are you? Is that cafe in D7, Matt? I think I drove past there last weekend. Yeah, it is. It's on the border of District 7 and District 4. So, let me get the pen. That's District 4 there, and there's a canal. The canal's just there, just beyond the street. And we're obviously in District 7. But I only just discovered it a couple of weeks ago. I've driven past here hundreds of times and I happened to spot it. If you, once this live stream's done, you can just have a look back over at the beginning or near the beginning somewhere. I just show what it looks like. It's pretty nice. Emil, I had to drink that stuff at 6 a.m. every morning for lunch and dinner too. Oh, God. I don't know how you did it. I hope you're okay for that. It was for the science. And yeah, it's 12:38 East Coast, Canada. Oh my God. What are you doing up listening to me? You mustn't be able to sleep at the moment. How's the weather over there? Mel says, Emil, you have a strong tummy. Either that or you're crazy, Emil. I worked all day just de-stressing before bed. It's wet and cold here. Lul? I hope that's right. Christina. What city in Vietnam? This is Saigon. So, as I mentioned earlier, that's District 4, just there, and beyond that is District 1. Beyond my pen, and we're in District 7 right now. Venom Saber, the way you say Emil is kind of like MU. Yeah. Venom Saber is saying that it kind of sounds like I'm saying I love you, not Emil. Yeah, sorry. Might be my Aussie accent. I might say that when I try to speak Vietnamese, instead of saying An UM, I might say An MLM in future. See how I go. I'll probably just get the same reaction, just to... Christina, cool. I'm going to Da Nang in 2 weeks. Well, that's cool. That's really cool. Great city. And CT, who is in this chat, he was in this chat anyway, he was watching. He's currently in Da Nang at the moment. So, yeah, hopefully he can tell us what Da Nang is like at the moment. I'm curious to hear about the weather and also the bar and restaurant offerings that are up there at the moment. I haven't been there for a little while. Christina, so excited to experience Vietnam. Okay, so it's your first time. Nice. And I think Da Nang's a pretty good place to start off. And of course, you're very close to Hoi An, just down the road. So you've got yourself a good base. I don't know what the weather's like at the moment. I might have to get Mel to check it up, to check out what the weather's like. I think Chris is not in the chat at the moment. Yeah, Da Nang's very nice, and it's, if I can say it, it's grown up a lot in the past decade. 28 degrees. 28 degrees, I don't know where you are, Christina, Lal Christina, but it looks pretty good. Sort of high 20s at the moment. Sunshine. The surf might be up as well. I don't know about the surf. Oh. Little bit of rain next weekend. Sorry about that. Don't trust me for the weather. But yeah, Da Nang has grown up a lot recently in the past decade, and it used to be the case that you would fly to Da Nang. So I've been living here for 15 years, and you'd fly up to Da Nang to go to Hoi An and just bypass Da Nang altogether, because the beachfront that you see today with all the hotels and high-rise apartments, that wasn't really there 15 years ago, and no one was on the beach. No one spent time on the beach except maybe the locals in the morning. Yeah, and then Vietnam had the big boom from around 2014 onwards or something like that. So yeah, it's become a very popular place for families especially, and digital nomads as well. I'm just going to scroll back through. Emil, Office is probably a secret admirer. Yeah, I don't know. I've never come across this person before, but if it's a person. Anyway. Pascal, I was there 4 weeks ago, Hoi An. It was cold, under 24, and very, very smoky. Lots of stuff being burnt up there, yeah. Yeah, I think it's something that people really need to consider. Da Nang and Hoi An obviously have a really good reputation on social media, but oftentimes the images that you see are always really sunny, or, you know, around springtime or whatever, when the rice paddies are starting to grow and they're, you know, super green and all that sort of stuff. But if you don't like cold weather and you're planning on going there December, January, February, I wouldn't do it. Very misty, and as Pascal has said, there's a lot of burning going on. So I guess they're burning the rice fields, probably a lot of rubbish as well. Yeah, lots of filters, lots of Instagram sort of, thirst trapping going on.
How would you rate Hoi An?
How would I rate it? I haven't been up there. I haven't been up to Hoi An for a long time. So actually, I haven't been to a lot of places for a long time. I really need to get on the motorbike soon to go and do some recce's. Christina, I'm in winter right now. I think like 0 degrees Celsius. Anywhere is warmer where I am. I don't envy you. So Da Nang will be nice. It'll be really nice for you. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much for you. Pascal, Hoi An is better from March up until June, July. December, heaps of rain. Heaps, yep. And cold, right? And this is one of the other ride-hailing companies, Beam, that you can hire. You can download the app. So there's more than one. There's not just Grab, but there's Beam as well. There he goes.
Stay on it, let's count.
Hey?
Go in front of this wall. No, you can hear it.
So I'll give you another little walk around. There might be a few other people come on soon as they wake up on a Sunday. But this is it. This is the place I'm at here. I'm not sure if you can see it because the sun is directly behind me, I think, or above me. But it's a lovely little, I believe, modernist building in District 7, and I didn't know that there were any modernist sort of buildings left in this district, but this part of District 7 is an old one because it's on the canal, and you can sort of see the very common sort of tiles that they have. Got an upstairs just there, but there's also a bar on the roof. But very cool. Yeah, Pascal, I was very surprised to come across it. And I can't take you upstairs at the moment because it's closed. I might have to come back another day and do a live stream when it's open, but there's a great view of District 4 and District 1, as you can imagine. There's even these sort of tiles that are still here. But yeah, really cool. I might go in a little bit.
There's another kind of tile in there.
Okay, the light's not too bad for my camera. I could easily see myself settling in here. On a Sunday afternoon, and the toilets, that's the kitchen and toilet out the back there that you probably don't really need to see. But it's really cool, it's nicely done. I'm not too sure how busy they get. I haven't been here in the evenings. Yeah, I see what you mean, Pascal. Yeah, modernist, beautiful. There's still a few of these gems around, which is really cool. I wish I could take you up onto the rooftop because it's pretty special up there. You know, and these high buildings. Emil, yeah, it does look a little bit like that, you're right. Yeah, and that is same channel. I just changed my name recently on the channel, my channel name. I don't know if these kids have been to bed yet. Good to know it's open though. There you go, Saigon Soul Bar. Check it out. I'm going to check it out one of these days in the evening. Come up, watch the sun go down and watch the lights turn on in the city. Yeah, so pretty cool little find in District 7. Yeah, typically you don't really get places like that, but Emil, yeah, when I move back to Australia in several years, I'm hoping to build a Vietnamese-style modernist gem out in the countryside. Probably won't work out though, you know us Aussies and our regulations. Yeah, you'll probably have to fight a whole bunch of that. Yeah, good luck with that. I wonder how you'll go with finding an architect as well and a designer to do that. And Emil, yeah, used to watch my old travel vlogs about Vietnam. Not sure if it's the same channel. Yeah, it is the same channel. I changed my name recently on the channel. And yeah, there is a cafe in District 3 that has a small bunker where a lot of the planning went on, and a lot of the weapons were held for the Tet Offensive in 1968. 50 years coming up too, next month. Not for the Tet Offensive, it was 1968, but 1975, technically the end of the war. So 50 years, how about that? Melanie, love the tiles and the hand-painted sign. Glad the young owners have kept their grandparents' home relevant. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's their grandparents, but it is very nice. I would like them to play music that's more sympathetic to the building and to the name of the place. So maybe they do that at night time. Okay. Pascal, have you been to the cafe on the timber? Yes. Yeah, okay, have you been to the cafe on the timber old style boat near there? I haven't, but I heard it's a good one. Yes, I have. It's Win Hu Tol Street. The Win Hu Tol Bridge is just sort of off camera here. And if you go under that and along a little bit, you'll find the boat. It's called, what's it called? I've been to it. No, it's called it's called like Old Ship Coffee or something like that. I can't remember. Mel might look it up on the maps for me. Yeah, it's pretty good. The only thing is the canal at Low Turd is quite smelly. So if you're going to take a date there, I'd suggest you look at the turd times, because if it's low turd, it's pretty pongy.
Coffee ship.
The coffee ship, it's called. The coffee ship, yeah. Pascal's talking about an old boat that is permanently moored on the canal bank just nearby, and they've turned it into a coffee shop. And it's quite cool, but as I said, the canal is pretty pongy. Derek, in the lead up to that, I walked around the Crescent Lake D7 and saw girls and guys dressed in haole and bought myself a non-la just like any other tour. Good. Actually, there's nothing wrong with buying a non-la. Derek is talking about the pointy hat. And they're great in this weather. There's, no wonder that they're extremely popular and they've survived all these years. But they're very light and they're very practical for when you're out walking in the sun or working. So no, you don't look too much like a tourist if you do it. I've got one. Every now and then I'll put it on when I go for a walk. But you would have looked pretty touristy. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, okay, I've been on for nearly an hour and a half, so it's about lunchtime, I think. So we're gonna go and have some lunch. So thanks heaps to everyone who logged on and who bothered to log on. Oh, well, not everyone. Anyway, there's someone in there that, I'm not that thankful for. Don't forget, I've got a new video that I put out yesterday, and go and check that out. I think you'll like it. It sort of goes along in the same vein as the last month or so of videos that I've put out. So go and check that out, and if you like it, make sure you give it a share to people who have an interest in Vietnam. I'd really appreciate that. Also, thanks heaps to Adam Lair for the donation. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks heaps. Thanks heaps for joining and bothering to tip into the fund a little bit, into the Matt's Vietnam life. Matt's Vietnam life fund, so I can keep the live streams going. That's awesome. Derek, Hen Gap Lai. Yes, Hen Gap Lai. See you next week. Hopefully you'll join the live stream next week. Rabbit Dog, thanks for sharing your coffee with us all. I'll go for mine now. Yeah, cool. Enjoy your coffee. Be sure to let me know where you go for a coffee if you've got any special tips. And keep an eye out for next week. I'll make sure, or actually go to my, if you want to see if I'm going to do a live, go to my live tab on my page. And a few days leading up to it, if I'm going to do a live, I make sure I'll schedule a live session so you know what time and whether it's actually on or not. But I plan to do it every Sunday in the morning. Venom Saber, have a great rest of the day, man. Same to you, man. Thank you for joining. Emil, thank you. Matt and Mel, yes. Until next week. Thank you very much for joining, and have a good sleep. Try and wind down and get a good sleep. Cheers, guys.